Hey all, it's Rad. Welcome back to Pokémon Blue version. Today, we are in Fuchsia City to take on the Safari Zone. But what is the Safari Zone? Well, the zone part of it is plural. It's actually made up of multiple zones. You can catch rare Pokémon here. And there are certain Pokémon that are exclusive to certain sections of Safari Zone. Also, you leave your items behind when you enter the Safari Zone. They give you a specific kind of Pokeball called a Safari Ball. If you either run out of time, or you run out of Safari Balls, your Safari Zone journey ends. Also, that's the first time they mentioned unused boxes. The first time they've mentioned the fact that you need a box with pretty much empty. And I've already explained the limitations of your Pokemon boxes in a previous episode. So, for 500 Pokédollars, we're heading into the Safari Zone. Fun fact, if you enter here with less than 500, they don't offer you 30 Safari Balls. They offer you the amount equal to the amount of money you'd have to pay for a Safari Ball. Anywho, we're actually going to enter here multiple times. First of all, let's explain how the Safari Zone works. You can either throw a rock at a Pokemon, as cruel though it may be, it will either scare them into running away, or anger them and force them to stick around. What'll also cause them to stick around is tossing bait their way. They will be distracted. They'll be calmed. But you kind of have to rely on luck. For multiple reasons. You can't weaken the Pokemon. Like, there's no Pokemon battling here. And some Pokemon are much harder to catch than others, like this Execute. But if it gets a little too pissy, they will run. So, yeah, we're coming in here twice. The first time because we're in a bit of a scavenger hunt for two specific items that you need to progress in this game. Hello again, Execute. Yeah, the Safari Zone area, I don't really like it that much. It's a noticeably tricky area to navigate. Especially if you don't really know your way around it. That would be nice to catch. Level 33. Didn't really need to waste time with my Nidoran female, which is nice. So the reason you're here is that there are two specific items you actually need. We know for a fact that the Warden's loose teeth, his golden teeth, are somewhere in the Safari Zone. And you're on a bit of a time limit here, but your time is not exactly based on time. It's secretly based on the amount of steps you take. For now, we're just going to grab a max potion. And we're going to continue our beeline towards our destination. Full restore over here. We've already caught a Paris previously. So, as long as you follow these directions, you should get to where you need to. In fact, there is a secret house here. That is the other destination we need to find. So basically, you have two objectives the first time you enter here. Find the golden teeth, find the secret house. Hopefully we will need to do both. TM40, which is Skull Bats, which, man, we are not using. Another chargeable normal move that really any Pokemon can use, but we're not going to. Also, upper left side. Those are the amount of steps you have left before your Safari Zone journey ends. Protein. Protein raises the attack of a particular Pokemon. Yeah, this doesn't really take a genius. Lord knows we've already jacked him up with every other supplement we can. Boy's got enough iron, you might as well. Alright, so this is our destination. That's the gold teeth acquired. That's TM32 acquired. I'm just building up items today. TM32, double team. I mentioned this before in the Celadon City's market. This raises the evasion of a Pokemon. Also, touch the statue here, you get a secret revive. Speaking of secrets... Hell yeah! HM03 Surf. We are slapping that on Ward Turtle right away. Replacing Bubble Beam with that. Now, we cannot use Surf's major capability. A new badge is required, and we will get to that. For now, yeah, 165 steps, so we got plenty of steps. We're gonna take a little bit of a look around, because there are some other items we can acquire. It is a bit of a step. Rhyhorn. This is a special rock type. I really don't want to tempt things too much. So we're just gonna grab it. What we can also do in this area, as soon as we're done looking at Rhyhorn's Pokedex, what we can also do in this area is, since everything is step-based, we can go fishing to our heart's content. You don't use up a step as you fish. So if you don't mind the music, you can come across particular Pokemon. Especially if you've got the Super Rod on hand. Safari Zone rules still apply. I'm hoping to see if I can get a particular Pokemon or get a shot at one. Bingo! Dratini, a rare dragon Pokemon. This is a bit of a delicate operation. Let's soothe it a bit. You can actually miss with your Safari Ball. Yes! And that is our catch for Safari Zone. We're basically good as far as water Pokemon go, or at least Pokemon you can grab in the water itself. Now, as for the rest of this, we'll dedicate a few hundred steps to a little bit of exercise. We've already caught you. Trying to see if I can get a bit of a rare encounter. Nope, nothing but Rhyhorns. You can actually encounter in the Safari Zone a Pokemon called Tauros. It's a noticeably rare bull Pokemon. Eh, we've already got you. We're good. But yeah, it's like a 1% in this area, so I don't think we're gonna see one. For now, we're just sort of running things out, because we're coming back here a second time. We've got a little bit extra item hunting to do, and really the Safari Zone is a case of Pokemon you just can't normally see in the wild. And with that, that is Safari Game 1 finished. Safari Game 2, on the other hand, since we still can't surf, our options are kind of limited. We have a rest house immediately. By the way, walking around in these houses also takes up steps, so be wary of that. I could use a repel, but running into a wild Pokemon doesn't take steps. Onward. Doduo, who we already have, can be found in the Safari Zone. We have a Carbos, which raises Pokemon's speed. We're going to use right away on Vulpix. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Of note, there is one item that we won't be able to grab until we can surf the ocean. It's in the center area. That item is a nugget. So, you know, you can immediately make back the money you just spent on your Safari Zone journey with interest. TM37 Egg Bomb. Of our crew, only Mew can learn it, and Mew is not going to learn Egg Bomb. No way. Over here, we have another rest house. not too much to say. They mention a Pokemon called Chansey. Yes, Chansey is another rare catch in this area. Whether it's in blue is another matter. Yes. You. Hey, get back here! Just sort of checking my notes here. Just to be certain of what we're looking for. And everything we grab. I think to speed things up, we are going to indeed use a repel. Like I said, there are some rare Pokemon you can get here. We've already got Dratini, so we're basically set. Chansey is pretty decent for the catch. She's a bit of a wall. I'm sure that's downplaying her skill and capabilities. But yeah, we're gonna point out the rest houses in the area. There's not really much you can get from them, but there's still landmarks for you to sort of find your way around this place. You picked Flareon, oh, you poor sap. Yep, they mentioned the prize and the secret house. You're right, I probably will. Because we actually have every item you can find here. And never mind the max potion back in Area 3. Never mind. Yeah, we're cutting it close. Yep, another max revive. And there's a max potion right down there. That is every item you can collect in the Safari Zone without surfing. Alright, we're going to take a different method for you. My god, I have a bad throwing arm. It's a bunch of eggs! You can't miss them! And yet you're missing them repeatedly! What the heck are you even doing? Alright. I basically got the one thing I really wanted, which was Dratini. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to take a small detour. Before we leave Fuchsia City to handle our business, we have some gold teeth to distribute. He gives you HM04, which is strength. The ability to move heavy objects. You need Surf and Strength to finish this game. Wartortle has Body Slam. Strength is a normal type move. Body Slam basically does everything Strength does, and it can actually paralyze a Pokemon on top of that. Sandslash has Slash Attack. Critical hits, heavy damage, plus we're going to get a TM that will heavily benefit Sandslash down the line. I know that I said teaching an HM to Mew was a big waste of your Mew. However, this is a little thing I like to call process of elimination. We no longer need Transform. We will need Swift for the rare cases of if a Pokemon just becomes untouchable through means of Minimize, through means of Double Team. Okay then. Just so I can show one thing off, and just so you guys can see what I am going to do with the Dratini I just acquired, we're going to take a small diversion. We're gonna drop off Vulpix and Wartortle again. We're gonna pick up the Fearow. And we're gonna pick up the Dratini. We are going back to Cerulean City. Excuse me just a moment. Cut through here, literally. This Dratini here, it evolves into a really, really strong Pokemon. But its current moveset, with the exception of Thunder Wave, kind of worthless based on our current progress in the game. And I'm sure as heck not going to raise a Dratini, but I know someone who will be more than happy to. Preferably the rest of the game. In case you're wondering, Fuchsia City does have a particular market, with some items that are basically distributed for the first time in Fuchsia City. For now, we're not going to go to the market. In fact, for now, we're not even going to the Fuchsia City gym. There is a particular area that we missed out on by taking the route from Lavender Town. In fact, wait a minute. We've got a little bit of item management to do. Skull Bash, no. Double Team, no. We're pretty much set with Surf now. We taught it to the one Pokemon we wanted to. Egg Bomb, no, definitely not. Strength has been taught. I know that's going to be a bit of a controversial decision giving it to Mew, but honestly, given that the Pokemon I had much better normal moves, it really wasn't left with much of an option. Okay, so for the rest of this, we're gonna move Mew and Sandslash back. They're going to be taking care of a lot of the work here. But we do need to let Vulpix and Wartortle reacquaint themselves with the median. We are in Celadon City. I mentioned before previously that there was another way you could get to Fuchsia City. And it is by way of Cycling Road. And it is by way of this Snorlax. Next time on Pokémon Blue version, we take the trip down Cycling Road. See you later!